Today, we stand here to pay tribute to a great man, to pay tribute to a fallen leader who's lifting us up. Today, we bring you greetings in honor of that fallen leader. Many of you probably don't know what a politician has to go through. Many of you probably never realized the lonely nights Dr. King had to spend, the nights when he would wonder whether or not he would wake up the next morning and be with his family. He was called everything but a child of God, as the old folk would say. But yet there was something within him that said, I must go out and do a job, not for myself, not for my fame, not for my honor, but for the glory of God. There are too many young people today who are advocating violence. He was a drum major for justice. And there are too many people who've turned the justice system upside down. He was one that believed you should feed the hungry and look out for the poor and visit the sick and those in prison. And yet all of those principles, we seem to have selective amnesia, but yet we take one day out of a year to remember those things when it should be incorporated in your lives every day. Today, I challenge you to not let the forces of evil reign in Baton Rouge, but let the forces of good stand up and speak out. Let our young children know that we're not walking through here as a party-going group with no cause, that from now on, we're walking through here as a group to set the example and let them know we'll proudly be able to say, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Martin Luther King Jr. has been gone now for 43 years, and many areas of his work has progressed very little, because some of the same problems that existed in his day are quite prevalent in 2012. We have come far by faith in him who is God, and we acknowledge that if God is on our side, then victory can be won. Our theme today is we've come this far by faith, but we have many battles yet to fight. And so without a doubt, Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the most important human figures in the 20th century. But we all know how this man gave of himself selflessly, even at the demise of his own life. What will make this Martin Luther King Day celebration a tragedy, however, is if we don't build and grow and move from his efforts of the past. So a seed fell to the ground, and 40 years later, a root and a branch came up. But we don't want in America, African Americans and people of all races, we don't want to be able to just go around and say we got a black president or a black governor or a black mayor. But we ought to want to say that we have an excellent president, that we have a good mayor, that we have good quality people at every level, that not only for this time, but that if you work hard, if you live right, if you do the things that are just and right, that anybody can attain to the levels of success that we've seen. We've come this far by faith, but there are a lot of battles yet to be fought. God bless you. God keep you.